I want to think about it. I want to think it over. Oh, crap. You go through your entire 1 hour amazing sales presentation. You nailed it. The prospect seemed to be in agreement, even excited at times, and he or she has all the logical and emotional reasons to buy. But at the end of your pitch says, sounds great. I need to think it over for a few days. Oh, rats. Now what? Say something? Use a worn-out sales technique? Agree and leave? Offer to call back or come back in a few days? Meanwhile, you're pissed off. You're off balance, and you're about to make a bad choice. Plus, you're mentally blaming the customer for his or her indecisiveness. Relax. I'm about to share 2.5 definitive answers to this age-old sales barrier. Number 1, why it occurs. Number 2, what to do about it. And number 2.5, what to never do about it. Why do prospects say I want to think about it? Well, most salespeople, maybe even you, never understand or are never taught why the think it over situation occurs. It is a direct result of one or more of these elements. Some unspoken fear or reason, some perceived risk, not wanting to just say no, not the real decision maker. You haven't uncovered my real motive to buy. You haven't sold me yet. I don't like you. I don't believe you. I don't have confidence in you. I don't trust you. I think your price is too high, and I think I can get it somewhere else cheaper, and I can't afford what you're selling. Now, all of these elements or reasons why are the real barrier, because I want to think about it's just a stall or a mask, not an objection or a barrier. Here's the good news. Many of these elements are discoverable way before you get to the end of your presentation. But it's up to you, the salesperson, to understand what really causes think it over. Hint, you do. Never in my 30 years of sales training have I ever heard one sales guy say, guy said I want to think about it and it was all my fault. There's a few posts seeking answers to I want to think about it on Sales Gravy, a LinkedIn group with several thousand participants, and more on salesbuzz.com. There's hundreds of responses, and all of them are way off base. Some are borderline pathetic. It's not about a response, it's about prevention. Before you blame the customer for their lack of ability to decide, ask yourself these questions. Did I offer a value proposition that favored the customer? Did I ask enough questions to discover motive and urgency of the buy? Did I establish rapport and friendly dialogue? Did I create some kind of link? Was I able to create a difference between me and my competition? Did I uncover the prospect's experience and past use? And I believe most important, do I know what the prospect's expected outcome is? Before you hear I want to think about it, you may be able to prevent it. Study the reasons and the elements that I've just given you as a start or a starting point. They're the major clues as to the root cause. And there are the new rules of sales. With the advent of the internet, social media, and your responsibility to build visible reputation, combined with your ability to find everything you need to prepare for your sales call, you must be prepared in terms of the customer, and your reputation must precede you. Reputation and preparation in terms of the customer, in other words, how they win, will reduce the element of doubt. These are the major causes of think it over. Here's the rule. Never use an old world technique or force or rush the sale. You'll not only lose the sale, you'll lose respect. Rather, try to uncover the emotional or real cause of indecision. The reality is that most prospects want to think about price or just want to get rid of you. The reality is often I want to think it over as a red flag for your price is too high and or I want to try to get a better deal. The reality is rather than try a sales tactic, Try to ascertain an understanding of why this is being said so that you can prevent it next time. But here's a major clue. It's called resilience. If you do hear, "I want to think it over," just ask the prospect how long they feel they need and make a firm written down appointment to return. No phone calls if possible. Here's some final answers. If you're able to create a perceived difference in the mind of the buyer between your product or service and the others, and if you're able to create a perceived value in the mind of the buyer between your product or service and the others, then you have a chance. If the prospect likes you, believes you, has confidence in you, and trusts you, then there may be a sale. Think that over.